What is up YouTube, I'm Royal and today I'm very excited to bring you a very special video. We're gonna be watching some of the best players in the world. This is a full legend game in the Chinese server. So it's the hardest server and these are the best players on it, playing legendary queue in the legend rank, which is the highest you can get. And these are the games that are gonna help you improve the most. Not silly little grandmaster games or even challenger games in western servers. These are the games that you can get the most improvement out of because it's peak Wild Rift. It's the best players in the world playing versus the best players in the world in a solo queue environment. These are the games that I use to personally improve, analyze, and see what I can do better in my own games. And I'm sure if I help you guys and analyze them with you, you will also be able to get a lot more improvement than any other game. So he's playing KASSADIN, a very popular champion in the Chinese server. And the enemy team has counterpicked with Jace. So he will take the fleet footwork, obviously. And he's just trying to farm up as much as he can in the early game. KASSADIN, of course, being one of the weakest laners, especially versus champions like Jace, who have very strong laning phase. His team has, obviously, all really strong champions, very meta champions. No one plays off meta here. We have a Fiora in the Baron lane, Yone in the jungle, and a Varus Alistar bot lane. Yone is another very popular pick in the jungle in China, even though it has been weaker in the last patch after the Yone nerfs. So it's very interesting that that the Jace is actually not constantly pushing the wave in, right? He wants to keep the wave even so he can poke KASSADIN and deny him as much farm as possible because it's very easy for him to farm under turret. However, now he has to really overextend to get that farm and gives Jace the space to get as much poke as possible. And I want you to also look at their spacing, right? Look how Jace and KASSADIN are constantly moving forwards and back, kind of playing a game of chicken with each other. KASSADIN is of course trying to stay out of range, while Jace trying to stay in range to get some poke off. Now Jace has pushed a big wave slowly into KASSADIN's turret, which makes it a lot harder for KASSADIN to last hit without getting poked down again. He's doing a very good job actually at last hit under turret. An important thing to notice is that he has Ignite, so he does have some kill pressure if Jace makes a mistake, like right here. But he's not going to be able to go down, and Diana is already level 5, and she's diving KASSADIN. That was a very well executed dive by Diana, and she's going to be able to escape with her life. So KASSADIN got a little greedy by trying to actually kill off the Jace. If he saved his Ignite, he wouldn't have died to Diana. But these are the perfect, pixel perfect plays that Chinese legend players execute. Like, that was a great Diana play. He got level 5 so quickly. I did not think that junglers could get level 5 while you're still level 4.5 in mid lane. But he was able to get his level 5 very quickly. And he came mid lane to immediately punish the weak early game KASSADIN. And that's going to be first blood for them. And they're going to be able to now use the top, and now Diana used the top lane priority to get a kill in the jungle. Jace is of course going for a perfect combo trade. It's just so wonderful to look at how high quality these games are. It seems like they weren't able to get a dive off on the Fiora. They do get her. That must have been red buff or something that finished her off. This Diana is playing a perfect early game, and Yone can't really compete because of how weak his early game actually is. He just wants to farm up and get his first and second item. KASSADIN, of course, has a losing lane against Jace, so he doesn't have any mid priority either, which makes the game a lot harder for Yone, but very good punish from the Diana. She's playing very well. So he's pinging his jungler for help because this could easily be another dive from Diana. They have no vision of where she is, and Jace is stacking waves slowly. Just calling over his jungler for assistance in case of a dive, which doesn't end up happening. KASSADIN just wants to farm one more wave and go get his Rod of Ages, right? His bot lane is playing very aggressive. Diana's going to be there. Jace is probably going to kind of collapse soon. He's going to be able to clear this wave, and now he could look for a base to get his Rod of Ages. That's what I would do, yep. So his bot lane is ahead, which is good because mid lane and top lane are already kind of doomed, and Diana is very fed. He's running back to mid lane. Jace hasn't been able to get off turret platings, which is my preferred strategy against KASSADIN. Yeah, like he's doing now. You can kind of just ignore KASSADIN at a certain degree. Obviously, you don't take his full combo every time. But if he's using his abilities to farm under turret, you can just walk up and last hit the turret to get platings. So he's just going to immediately recall. I would have liked to see him buy boots here, actually. He left with 400 gold and didn't buy boots. I guess he wants to go and get his tier as soon as possible so he can start stacking that. Jace is a little overextended, but Fiora is now in range. And good flash by Jace to dodge the KASSADIN ultimate. I'm not sure if KASSADIN would have had enough damage, but it would have been very close. Now there's a dragon fight breaking out. Diana did get caught and die in the 3v3 bot lane. And this is a mistake that Diana is making right now, even though I praised her before. She doesn't want to be playing around her losing lane. She wants to be playing around Jace, right? Jace going to be able to roam bot and pick off everyone, it seems like. They're going to be able to get, he's going to get a triple kill. So this is what Diana should have done. She should have played with the Jace and with the Jace roamed bot lane instead of playing with her losing bot lane. So I did praise her before, but this is a mistake that she made. Again, these are, when I'm talking about these mistakes, these are some high level mistakes, right? Like, these are the mistakes that really good players make. They don't make basic mistakes. But with the good play from the Jace, the Olaf is going to roam down. And the ults have immaculate macro. The macro is so good. Like, Diana made a small macro mistake and immediately got turbo punished for it. Fight does seem to be breaking out here. They're playing it very slow. Oh, and Yone actually is coming from the backside. Yeah, KASSADIN still doesn't do a lot of damage, but he's contributing. He got the... Yeah, that was a clean ace from them. That was a very well played from Yone in the backside. She was able to get Diana, Jinx, and Jace, while KASSADIN was just fighting the Olaf, slowly killing the Olaf. Of course, this isn't when KASSADIN is going to be very strong. He's going to have to get his second and third item. Very well played from the Yone. That's kind of what I've seen from Legend games in super high elo. Most games get decided by the junglers, to be honest. The jungle seems to be a very important role. He's able to just barely get that base off. And they're actually able to get a lot of turret platings now. They got like the full mid lane turret and all the turret platings because of that ace. So they're very far ahead. They have a very sizable lead. His team is getting caught in mid lane though. Let's see if KASSADIN can actually do something. He's going to be able to pick up the Jinx. He's not going to overextend for the Nautilus, knowing that Diana could be behind. Honestly, that's a mistake I would have made right there. I would have chased the Nautilus and probably died. But a very good discipline and patience from the KASSADIN. He's going to go to his side lane. This is what you want to be doing with KASSADIN. This is what you want to be doing with split pushers and assassins. Go to the side lane, pressure the side lane, and then roam mid. But he's actually going to base now and get his tier item. So yeah, this is probably why he didn't go boots earlier. He just wants to get his tier item as quickly as possible so he can start stacking it. You don't necessarily need boots on KASSADIN because of his ultimate. It's something that you can get a little later. Another important point that I've tried to highlight in my guides all the time. The jungler's topside, farm his camps. Don't waste resources. Get those Krugs. Yes, queen. So he's farming as much as possible to reach his power spike. This is what you need to be doing in your games. Jinx is here. She could easily kill her, but we do know that Nautilus might be nearby. So he's keeping his distance. Of course, they still have their tower there, so it wouldn't be so easy to kill the Jinx anyway. Nope, Nautilus is topside, actually. So yeah, due to the tower, he's not able to kill the Jinx. He doesn't have the damage for it yet. But he's very happy to just farm. And while he does scale very well with KASSADIN, the enemy team also scales well with the Jinx. Jinx, one of the best late game ADCs. So he's pinging the Yone to come for a dive. And Yone will happily oblige, and this will be a very dead Jinx. He's trying to run away, but KASSADIN's ult is going to come up again. Oh, the Yone did kind of make a mistake to overstay, and now the Olaf is chasing them down. So big mistake by the Yone and goes immediately punished. And they're probably not going to be able to defend this turret. Alistar is coming down, but they're definitely not going to be able to defend this turret. So now these Krugs would have been stolen by Diana, but thankfully since KASSADIN got them, no Krugs get taken away. Oh, that's very interesting. He's actually just going to go for the Meteor enchant. And I believe he's only doing that because he can't afford anything else. So he just wants to get enchant right now. Oh, it's already paying some dividends. He's getting some value from it. Alistair and Varys do go down. So this is a very big throw from them. The enemy team got a lot of shutdowns, and now the kill score is 15-14, and now it's a very close game again. Big throw by the Yone, honestly. He had the big lead, and he should not be making mistakes like that. I don't really like the meter, to be honest. Even if that's the only thing you can afford, I think you should just go some AP and then just get his stasis whenever. Of course, stasis is super important on KASSADIN. I don't necessarily agree with the meter. Actually, I think that's a mistake. But he is a top 10 KASSADIN in China, so I'm sure he has good reasoning behind it. The only thing I can think of is just get the meteor for now and then swap to stasis later and just lose a bit of gold, but the meteor value is gonna be more than that. They're able to kill the Olaf. Diana's getting a good ult, but a good silence from KASSADIN will stop her. She's still able to really get in there. And he will go down. Very well played from the Diana. She was dashing everywhere, and that allows Jinx space while everyone's focused on Diana, right? Jinx just has so much space to just go to town and get every kill. So it's actually an ace. 5 for 2. They've definitely thrown this game. They still have decent scaling, so there is a chance for a comeback since they have a KASSADIN. But now the enemy team is going to be able to get the dragon. They've gotten a lot of turrets, a lot of shutdowns, and Jinx is very fed. Let's see if they're going to be able to come back. So he's actually using the meteor to stop Jace's recall. I mean, if he gets a kill from that, that's going to be crazy value from the meteor. Nope, but he will be able to get the flash. And it seems like Jinx overextended, and Alistair was actually able to pick her off. But he will be getting punished for that as a fight breaks down. This something that happens very often in the Chinese server. They fight so much and they test each other's mechanics as much as possible. Damn, Diana really carried this game. She had an insane early game. She's 14-3-3. She definitely had an insane early game. But she's definitely managed, even though she did make the mistake on the first dragon, she managed to come back from that. Now the enemy team will probably be getting Baron. They don't have a lot of DPS until Jinx gets there. But they probably will be getting Baron. And KASSADIN won't be able to stop them. Actually, Jinx is top lane. But yeah, they're doing it very slowly. But here we go. They finally got it. KASSADIN's a little caught out. That was a quick ult from Diana, but she was able to flash away. Yeah, there's actually a mistake from the enemy team again. Like I said, they are the best players in the world, but they do make mistakes. Oh, KASSADIN didn't need to die there. But this was a big mistake from the Diana and the Jace. After you get Baron, you don't need to make a play right away. You want to reset, if you need items or whatever, and push with your team. All 5 of you need to be synergizing and pushing together. Because let's say this does happen, where like you get called out top lane, 2 of you, and the enemy team sends 5 people to kill you. Your other 2 members can get 2 inhibitors for sure. The other 3 members that are left. So when you get Baron, you want to push with your team, not by yourself like this Diana and Jace did to try and catch out the KASSADIN. That was a big mistake from them. And that will actually stall out the game a lot more because now they're wasting their entire Baron. Alistair is kind of getting caught, but he will be very tanky and he will last a while. Here we go, the meteor drop again. I don't like the meteor. I think stasis would have been so much better. And he does get caught out and he goes down. He was just going a little too deep. Diana is able to pick up Yone in the side lane as well. They have killed the Olaf though, which is something. Let's see if they're able to defend versus whatever's left from the Baron. This could be the game right here. He hasn't even finished his death cap. I don't think he's gonna. Yeah, he hasn't gotten his rank 3 ultimate. He gets it now. He just leveled up. So KASSADIN needs 200 more gold to get his big power spike, but it might just be too late. The enemy team might just be too far ahead because they just threw too much. Even though they had an early lead on KASSADIN, like that should be GG game over. But they've thrown way too much. He's gonna clear this wave quickly and look to get his death cap. And now he's finally on his big power spike. Rank 3 ultimate, 3 item KASSADIN. Let's see if he can actually turn this game around, reverse the throw, and come back. It's going to be very hard team fighting against the enemy team too. But he has to find an angle on the Jinx. That will be the key to winning these team fights. Maybe shut down the Diana with his silence if he can, but killing the Jinx would be very big for these fights. Of course, it's going to be very hard team fight against Nautilus. His point and click ultimate will probably be able to stop him. Oh, big mistake from the Yone to ult in there. And he might go down. He flashes just in time and survives. Let's see if KASSADIN can clean it up. If Fiora does go down to Diana, this Diana has hard carried this game. But Olaf is not there. They are able to kill the Diana. The Jinx is still alive. Big damage from the KASSADIN. He might be able to clutch this fight. They still haven't gotten the Jinx, but they're able to get the Nautilus and zone away the Jinx. So you can just see the insane damage that KASSADIN is doing. And he's going to go top. Oh, he's going to fall to the turret. He'll get the 1-for-1. So they might be able to get the third Drake. This will be their second Drake. The enemy team has gotten one of them. Since Jinx is completely zoned out and all 4 of them are dead. And they do have a chance to come back in this game after they get this dragon. Let's see if he's going to be able to carry this game with KASSADIN or Diana is going to be able to close it out. I would like for him to hold the tab a little longer so we can see the score lines. Diana has 18 kills. Jesus, man, this is a legend game in the Chinese server. How do you have 18 kills? Jinx is actually not doing too well kill-wise or KDA-wise, but she has gotten to her big power spikes. What? The enemy team took Baron. Very good sneaky Baron from the enemy team. From 4.2, Baron is a lot easier to take. But the enemy team is just on top of it. They respawn, instantly ran to Baron. No vision from our team. And with the Jinx and Diana damage, they're able to just quickly take it. And this is a pretty late game Baron, 16 minutes in. So yeah, that might be the game, honestly. It's so hard to fight against a Baron this late. The enemy is going to group up like they're doing and just force a fight. He does get his Void Staff, so he's as strong as he's going to get pretty much. But let's see how they fight against this Baron. That Baron sneak might have been game winning. Even after they kind of threw, and I mean there's a lot of throws going on as you can see this game. But this Baron might definitely be game winning. See, if he had Stasis, he would have definitely jumped into the Jinx right there. One-shot her with his Ignite. Or at least done 90% of her HP and Stasis, and his team will be able to follow up on that. So the fight is breaking out. Good ulti by the Yone, but the enemy team is just so tanky with that Baron buff. They're going to be able to pick off the Diana too with the Ignite. Are they clutching this fight? Oh, Diana lives. Her shield must have come up. They're all so low. He does have Flash. Oof. Oh no, the minion actually kills him. That was very well played from the KASSADIN. Again, Stasis would have saved him. She got flashed away from a minion too, though. He didn't think the minion would actually kill him. But they are able to almost get an ace. The only one surviving is Diana. But the minions end the game. No. They're not going to be able to make the comeback. The minions ended the game. That was an absolutely crazy game. And you can see he's a 1600 LP legend. There's some high elo games. You can see the gold graph there. And you can finally take a look at their builds, their stats, and what happened this game. Obviously, what happened is this Diana popped off and completely carried the game. If you want more content like this, please leave a like and comment below and subscribe for more Wild Rift content.